at night, we stalk at night. We're the rats. I'm the giant rat that makes all of the rules. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into.
Hey, what is going on, you guys? It's the Evil Frog Fishman here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Leave your favorite car in the comment section down below because, boys, today we've got something crazy to talk about. Before we get into this video, a big shout out to CZ. He is the person who discovered this, or at least the person who I heard it from first. So, big shout out to him. Basically, Amon is kinda broken right now in Borderlands 4 after the latest patch, and currently is the strongest character in the game, I do believe, hitting billions of damage quite literally, as you saw in the intro. Alright, so let's get into it and why this is happening. After the latest patch, Gearbox fixed Raging Inferno on Amon, and while something like this was probably possible on a smaller scale before this update, this is what basically set people off like CZ to figure this out in real time. So there are two skills that basically make this work. There is the Force of Nature augment in the red tree, and there is a very important thing to point out about this. So this makes it so that while Onslaughter is active, the gun damage dealt to enemies will prime them for a duration, and they'll detonate when they die or they're damaged by a Forge skill. Now, you get 10 stacks of this, but what this does not tell you is that if you was to hit an enemy 20 times, the game is going to look at and take your 10 highest instances of damage and store them. So if you have something like a spread launcher, you are going to get very high damage instances, right? Now, of course, you don't need a spread launcher. You can use basically anything with this, but spread launcher is probably always going to come out on top. And then, as it already says, when you then deal damage to that enemy using a Forge skill, it's going to cause a detonation based off of the accumulative damage, which then gets all of that formula again. So this double dips. Now, obviously, this is insane as it is, but this is considered action skill damage, and thanks to Raging Inferno, our action skill damage can critically hit, and it mentions that critical hits from the action skill damage will apply burn for a portion of the damage dealt. And this, of course, then will double dip again, which means you then get a triple dip, which is leading to the damage we are seeing. So I will tell you in the simplest terms right now that this is most likely getting nerfed. And no, this is not getting nerfed because Gearbox hate fun. This is most likely getting nerfed because right now it is hitting damage that we are basically never going to see enemy health get to in Borderlands 4, and that is the billions. Look, feel free to disregard, but Frogman's advice to you is that you should not be using builds that use this interaction right now, and if you do, you should do it at your own risk. And I say this because a lot of people, when it comes to Borderlands, will follow the new, biggest and best build from a YouTuber, thinking that it is safe, and then they put all of their eggs into that basket. It gets fixed because it's unintended, and those people get mad at Gearbox saying that their builds got killed. I'm telling you guys right now, there is a high probability this will get fixed, which makes it a volatile interaction and a volatile build. So if you're going to do it, please, please, please just remember that you are using something which is hitting damage we're basically never going to see bosses get to in this game, and they will most likely get around to changing this. So please just have a backup plan if you are going to use this. I personally will not be making a build on it because of that reason, although I might play around with it because it's fun, right? And that's what Borderlands is about. Now, something that I also want to talk about is how RNG dependent this is. Because it's based on if you crit, this means that in order to get this to work, you need high crit chance. So if you're going to make a build off of this, make sure you're trying to prioritize high crit chance. And if you don't have high crit chance, I'll show you what that could look like, because the chances are I'm going to whiff this here, but I'm going to activate my action skill. I'll do my rep kit for amp. We'll hit the enemy with spread launcher, and then we'll hit it with our skill. And in that case, we actually did get very high damage. We're ticking for millions, but there's a chance that wouldn't have happened. And so don't be misled if you see someone post a build and they one-tap a boss, because the chances are they're not doing that all the time. And if you don't get enough crit chance, you might not do it either. but you can make this pretty consistent, and you can have a lot of fun with it. So if you want to do that, go ahead. But my advice on it is that this is an extremely stupid interaction that is most likely going to get changed next week or this coming Thursday, depending on when you're watching this video, because it's, again, way overscaled for the game. And my personal thoughts on what happened is that Gearbox fixed Raging Inferno and did not consider the sort of damage they would get out of this. Now, I don't know how they're going to go about fixing this. One of the things I spoke to CZ about is the potential of them just changing this to a fixed dot number if you do apply Raging Inferno. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. And for a long time, us Amon players have been saying that when they fix Raging Inferno, something like this is probably going to happen. And sure enough, it has. But that's enough for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to make a little heads up with what's going on here, and just make you a little more informed about what's happening in the game right now so you don't get misled. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like on it and sub to the channel. And until next time, take it easy.
I might let you live.